So can we put the NFL statement back up? This is important because here's what they're saying. They're touting the fact that over 80%, thank you very much, 87% of the games are free. That means nearly 13% aren't, but pay no attention to the man behind the curtain, including 100% of the games in the markets of the competing teams. They have known from the get-go, and I remember this vividly. In 1987, when the NFL first sold, we can take off the statement because it's pumping that music into my ear. All right, thank you. When the NFL first sold a package to cable for Sunday night, the caveat was for the markets of the teams involved in the game, it's going to be available on one of the free over-the-air broadcast networks. So for every one of these games, if you've got Steelers-Vikings on Sunday Night Football, TV station in Pittsburgh, over the air, they're going to have a deal to have the game on that channel. TV station in Minneapolis, they're going to have a deal to have the game on that channel. That's how they've tried to thread the needle. That's how they've tried to strike the balance, because they acknowledge the mere fact that they feel compelled to do that in the local markets. They're acknowledging there's an issue. They're acknowledging there's a problem, potentially. And again, it's gone on for 40 years. This is an example of why they don't worry about sports betting and the potential ramifications. You grab the money for as long as you can, and then the reckoning comes. And whenever the reckoning comes, whatever it costs you is going to be a small piece of what you've made by putting your head down and going full speed ahead. And they pulled it off for a long time. And the sense is now, and look, obviously, this is Peacock and NBCSN, part of the Comcast family of networks, NBC. So the NBC has an incentive in having a reasonable deal available to it to televise NFL games, right? It doesn't change reality. The reality is the NFL is coming back to the table for CBS. The NFL has the ability to do that because CBS was sold to a new company. There's a change in control provision in the deal with the NFL that allows them to go back to the table. So they've gone back to the table. And they want $3 billion, reportedly, starting now. And the thinking is Fox is next, and then I don't know who's next, probably NBC after that, because ESPN/ABC, they've got a contract that lasts 1 year longer because they've got that Super Bowl. They want to finish the Super Bowl cycles through the 4 networks, so ESPN got an extra year under the deals that go through 2029 for everyone else, 2030 for ESPN. They're going to swing back around and ask for more on the settled deals. And Fox, the belief is trying to fight that, trying to resist that. And there was a thought, and John Orand of Puck, we mentioned him earlier. I was on his podcast this week. He planted that flag March 22-23 timeframe. What if the networks just say no? Now, CBS can't because of the change in control provision, but what if the networks just say no? What if they just say no? We're not going to do it. We're going to fight back. And this is an example of how there may be a fight. Led by Fox. Don't blame us. Don't blame NBC for this one. You can blame me for a lot of stuff. Can't blame me for this. I had nothing to do with this. I'm just trying to explain it to everybody. So, but the thinking is that Fox is the one that's out there pushing the hardest for these political levers to be pulled and for the NFL to find itself in a pickle. And however it plays out, the fact that you're on the radar screen of the federal government in 3 different ways: regulatory through the FCC, legislative through Congress, and executive/prosecutorial through the DOJ. That's not good. That's not good. You don't want that. There's going to be some people at 345 Park Avenue who are very pissed off about how this came to be. And they're going to be looking for somebody to blame. Who allowed this to happen? Who failed to lobby the right people? How have we been backed into this corner? And somebody may have to say to whoever it is that came up with this idea to grab as much money as possible from the networks, that you know what? At a time when we had declared conclusively that Mark Cuban was wrong when he said pigs get fat, hogs get slaughtered, maybe he was right. And maybe this is the moment where the hog is being led to a place where the hog has never been, and the hog is wondering, what's going on here? This doesn't look familiar to me. Uh-oh. Like Tommy walking into the room where he got made. He should have known when there were no other cars there. Remember that scene in Goodfellas? Joe Pesci's character? He should have known there was no one there. There were no other cars. He heard nothing as he was walking into the room. And then, just like the hog. So, we'll see how it goes. And who knows how it all will play out. Hi, it's Mike Florio. Thanks for watching PFT on YouTube. Hit subscribe for the latest news and analysis from Pro Football Talk.